right, friends. GM, everyone. How's everyone doing this week? Try to get you guys happy here on the stage. Still have a broken Discord for some reason.
Hey, good morning, friend. I'll take a look and see if I can get these peeps.
Cool. I'm gonna jump into the verse now. Go over to John Gotchi's parcel.
Yeah, I just
Becoming
saw
the ritual now.
in general chat. It's looking really good.
GM, everybody.
GM.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This weird Discord's it's showing me a list of people, but it only lets me invite people one by one. It's only showing one by one. So there's like 10 people on this queue, but only popping up by one. So just bear with me for a second.
Better than me, friend. I don't see anyone.
Okay, I'm back.
GM.
Let's go. We got a busy day today, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
Big day.
Definitely.
I was up at like midnight working on a top secret Cider Dan music video. I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, yeah, that's some alpha right there.
Yeah. Top secret is the best kind of secret.
Hanging out at John Gotchi's Web3 school.
Oh man, his parcel's looking lit. Gotchi Web3 School. That's cool.
This is the first,
Oh,
I believe this is the
free
first
advertisements.
academy, right? In the Gotchiverse.
He's been hard at work, Dan. I think you're really going to be happy with what we see from him when he's done with this platform.
Is this using the new batch equip?
I would imagine, because you got that up pretty quick.
Yeah, that wasn't there last week, right?
Yeah. I'm imagining you got that up in like a day.
It's a fine looking parcel. It's like what you don't really need a billboard if you can do stuff like that.
Hey, Batch Equip solved so many headaches. Thank you for pushing that out so quickly.
It's we really wanted to ship as soon as possible. It's still a work in progress, but it's working, so that's great.
I was also going to say, I haven't looked at it yet, but I saw the new game guide in game, and I think that's brilliant. It's like such a smart move to do to make it easier for friends who are jumping in for the first time if they want to learn more information.
Yep, yeah, that just links over to the docs, the docs.gotchiverse.io. But yeah, it's really helpful.
Yeah, I mean, I should have that saved as a bookmark, but there are times where I'm like, oh man, I need a recipe book or stuff from those docs, and I got to go searching around in the Discord. So it's good to have a common area where I can find it.
Is the so are the docs now that are out now, are those going to be is that the new wiki basically? Because we used to have like a wiki that was just all kind of general Aavegotchi protocol stuff.
So yeah, the wiki will continue, and it's a little bit more informal than the docs. The docs are really going to be kind of the full source of truth, whereas the wiki does contain accurate information, but it's a little bit more informal, I guess. Whereas the docs will be very formal, like clear to the point.
So everything in the wiki has been updated then?
If you find something that's not up to date, just ping Bowtied Nerd, and he will get it updated. He's the only one currently working on the wiki. So if you're interested in helping out, feel to message him and help out with that. But currently, he is the master archiver of the wiki.
Are you guys going to add the Bibles into the wiki? Because I see that it's only in the blog.
The Bible, we're just going to take all of the confirmed information from the Bible and put that into the Gotchiverse docs.
What do you guys have a timeline for potentially the next chapter of the Bible? Because it's been, I know you guys are shipping like crazy, but it's been a little bit of time.
We do have it on our internal roadmap, and it's gonna basically be about the liquidators and confirming all the combat numbers. So that's definitely in progress right now, but we don't have a date set for when it's gonna be released yet.
Yeah, it's awesome
Oh,
to
here
get
comes
more info on.
Yokamaka.
Raining hard this weekend, folks.
I heard there might be
Holy.
a weather forecast during the. There might be some inclement weather during the artist summit. Is that can we
my
confirm that?
God. We can't confirm or deny that.
Well, I guess what I'll do is right before the hot zones turn off, I'll go to the smoke shack behind the GMI parcels, the estate, and I have not channeled that. It's a level 1, so the spillover will be the max. So we'll do that
Oh.
right before we start the party, just in case the clouds clear up.
A little boost. And
Yeah.
I don't
Saving
believe
up.
we've channeled on our parcels today either. So
That is
Nope.
true. GMI Estate's still on
Oh.
deck.
GMI
we can let
is
that
ready.
go today too.
Which level? What's the lowest level of our harvesters? I mean, of our altar.
Maybe
I
a
think
two.
the G and the I are both at 2s.
Okay, that's perfect because spillover will be like much more for those.
Some of this Alchemica is like frozen. Or yeah, okay, I'm picking some of it up. Some of it's frozen, but maybe it has been picked up. But the signature
We're getting
of the
trained on this
Alchemica-
Jangachi drop, man. This is going faster and faster each week.
Is this what the guild channeling is gonna look like when you have like a whole bunch of gachis together?
Yeah, pretty much.
Haha, that's gonna be amazing.
For channeling and stuff like that in the future, will there be like say if I'm part of a guild, how will we all be able to get to the same lodge? If we're part of the same guild, will we have like a button on the opening interface where it's like, hey, go to your lodge for your guild, or
If
will
you're-
we have to like?
Yeah. Yep, you'll be able to teleport to the lodge.
Okay, yeah, because I was actually thinking about that earlier, like the idea of like strat for guilds, like once spillover's enabled, or even now during the hot zones, I wonder how they're able to coordinate all their players to go to one. Like if I told my son and another player, hey, join me, I'm going to go to my parcel now, we're going to pick up spillover and split it. There's no current mechanic to get them there other than like, hey, here are the coordinates, try to find me. Will there be something like that in the future?
Pretty much what the party portal is going to be for. That's also in the works. We've talked about it a little bit.
Nice.
That will be more like an event-based thing. And then, yeah, if you have a guild, you'll be able to teleport directly to your guild, provided that you have the guild wearable on.
Those, do you guys have a time frame for the guild channeling?
Nope, not currently. It's there's a lot of things that are higher priority right now than the guilds. The guilds is a very big release because of the lodge. So we're gonna get to combat first, and probably the great battle will be coming out before that. But it could be faster. We'll see.
And now, is there a time for the great battle, or is it a little postponed? Or
We'll be having we are working on confirming the roadmap for that, but it's still very difficult at this point to give you guys like here's the month or even the date in which it's going to be coming out, because it does have a lot of technical dependencies that we will need to work through.
will
And
you
if
guys will you guys be doing a lot of testing then?
Oh yeah.
With like having all of us come in and do some battles? I'm down.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of activity before the great battle even happens that you guys will be able to participate in.
Very cool.
Silly question. because we were talking about testing. Just a silly question. Did you you went to school in the U.S., right, Coder Dan?
I did.
So you had Scantrons and number 2 pencils and all that crap, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Just I'm wondering because he was talking about you testing, and you guys seem to love testing. So I wonder what your opinion on like the Scantron test would be, but that's not really relevant.
I see the relation, but not a big fan of multiple choice tests in general.
Yeah. More critical analysis is your route.
I just fill them in. Multiple choice, I'd be like ding, 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 ding. Sometimes I'd get a really good grade.
Put C for everything.
Get them done.
Oh, more Alchemic is dropping.
So are you guys gonna keep the Alchemica drop on for the GMI event, or is that something that's gonna turn off?
We're not sure yet.
Oh, very cool. I think I like surprises, so
You should just stick around and see what happens.
yeah, absolutely. Well, right now I'm smoking, so I gotta go back in and start collecting Alchemica. So
There you go.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
let's
do
get
my
to jump on this too real quick. If there's any artists laying around that have not sent anything in yet to anybody for getting it into the summit, you got like an hour left maybe. We're okay with last minute stuff, but we're getting crunch time.
I'm gonna put my rare.
I'm working on a piece right now that I want to send to you. I'm kidding.
I'm gonna put my rare A Peppy in there for 1 Bitcoin.
Yo, what is up with that project? I see so many of you got into it. I completely missed that wave. Like, is that like a Bored Ape / Rare Pepe derivative, like a boat?
It is technically a derivative, but the whole reason why people are going crazy about it is because the guy who designed the project, he's designed many like famous Rare Pepe cards. And so he actually did a Rare Pepe as like a commission for a guy, a Bored Ape Yacht Club, like ape owner who was like, yo, can you do like a Pepe cross with my ape? And then he did this like project from that one derivative artwork commission. They kind of collabed and did like a whole 10K PFP thing.
That's
So it's bringing over like a lot of Bitcoin, like Pepe community people. So it's like a crossover thing, basically.
Nice. Was it a free mint?
It was a free mint.
That's
The
even
initial
better.
mint was free. Yeah. I know Al is one of the Gotchi gang, and I think he got like 20 of them for the free mint. I missed
Insane.
that. I missed that. So
Wait, so you bought the one that you rock as your PFP secondary?
yeah, I bought mine on secondary. So I didn't actually. I knew about the free mint, but it hadn't caught my attention at that point. It was only till I looked into it a little bit more after Series 8 finished. I was like, oh shit. And so then I found one that I liked as my PFP. And I've never actually done the PFP thing before, but it's kind of like I was part of the community already, and I just got the PFP afterwards, you know? It's not like I came for the community. It was there already.
One of the guys we were in New York with, he had got like over 50 for free.
Yeah, so I think Zbot like went nuts with them. I think Zbot has like a ton of Pepes. I don't know exactly how many he has, but
Somebody was sending me, like, I forgot who it was, but they were like, yo, check out this free mint. And I'm like, my free mint days are over. I can't risk the wallet. I'm like, damn, what did I do?
that's fair. And that's one of my apprehension for free mints too, to be honest. I have the same.
But that's why you gotta have hot wallets. You know what I mean? You gotta have side wallets for freaking minting that can make you millions of dollars. You don't want to not have that by spending a few bucks on a wallet, you know?
Yeah, I have that now, so I'm ready. But, it's
go.
a little late for me. I feel like the next project I try to go in is going to be the one that, like, hacks me. So it's like, all right, that's the nature of this stupid shit.
It's just a filter. Everything that you go through with, like, everything you go through with your wallet, you just ship to your you ship to another wallet and then another wallet, you know what I mean? So you're good. You're clean the whole time. And every single time you do something in it, you just keep moving it out. So.
Well, it's crazy because I think, like, I'm looking at my hot wallet and I have all these shit coins in there that's like, if I interact with any of these, it's going to, like, compromise the wallet. So it's like, I'm almost happy starting clean with the ledger because it's like, there's nothing like that on there that I can see. So it's like,
Yeah.
perfect. I don't have to worry about, like, dealing with any of that shit.
I was just saying this field is really easy to play around with. You just don't compromise your, investments. You know what I mean?
I went to revoke.io recently just to see what was up with my thing, and I found a couple things in there that were like unlimited, unlimited permissions for everything. And I'm just like, nah. I just revoked all that stuff. It was actually pretty cheap. I was surprised.
Is the when you're revoking the access to the wallet or the token?
Well, so it shows you like all the NFTs that have access to your stuff, and then it also shows you all the tokens. So I went through both.
Yeah, because I've used it before, but just for like single instances.
Yeah,
What
it
is
wasn't
that?
too bad though.
Was it something that runs through your hot wallet and something? What you guys are all connected to?
No,
Revoke.
it's just yeah. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say revoke.io is just the thing that you use to look through your addresses and see if there's anything sus that you can
Polygon Scan also now has a token approval checker. Just for reference too, guys, like it does matter to check that stuff. I recently did a little audit on my approvals, and it was like 780 pending approvals that I've issued that I need to clean up.
Dang.
Yeah, I know you could do it through Etherscan as well. You can revoke permissions because that's what people were doing when they thought OpenSea was exploited, like a few months ago.
Yeah, it's definitely time to like be looking out for your security. There's a couple like phishing scams and stuff I've come across that like even I've had second thoughts on, and I'm usually pretty vigilant with stuff like that.
Z
If
was
it's okay-
talking last night. It's either Builder Summit or Security Summit next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it? I don't know if this has been talked about in the forum at all, but can we discuss? Maybe it's better for tomorrow. But what happened with I guess Zico and that announcement that went out?
Oh.
Yeah, because I don't think we haven't talked about that at all, other than like one-off stuff.
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys saw, there was a guy tweeting about the exact exploit that hit Zico. And what it really comes down to is that someone added him on Discord and said, like, invited him to join this Discord, and he joined it. And I think it's like a clone of the legit Discord. So he went into the Discord, and there's like that CAPTCHA bot, where you have to verify your identity or whatever to prove you're not a bot. And he scanned it with his QR code on his Discord mobile, and that generated a token which allowed the hacker to automatically log into his Discord account, bypassing the 2FA. So he's a mod, and all the mods have 2FA, and he had a privilege that he was able to give a role to, I believe it was the advisor role, and the advisor role was able to create, able to change, or able to post announcements, and so that's how the hacker was able to post the announcement. Since then, we've fixed that. But the main hack was that the hacker was able to get in without the 2FA. So I don't know why Discord has that feature. That's really stupid. But never scan a QR code from a Discord that you don't like, that you just joined. And probably never scan a Discord QR unless you're logging into Discord desktop from mobile. Like, that's the only time you probably need to scan a QR code.
You heard that, Gotchi Emperor?
Yes, sir. That was in New York, man. I freaking scanned one on my phone. Some weird artist dude.
Oh.
I ended up seeing him again and talking to him, so it was cool, but weird shit. Maybe he still got my phone hacked.
Damn, I just channeled and like a Gotchi walked right up to my parcel. He's like waiting there. So it's like, please don't drop the spillover yet. Just walk away, buddy.
So yeah, that's what happened. the thing is, like, if any of the admins have that happen to them, then it is a bit dangerous. But currently, Discord just doesn't have like ways to have like a multi-sig for permission, like important permissions in the Discord. It'd be cool if they did. Like, it requires 2 accounts to change the permission of like the announcement channel or something.
I'm
But we are
holding
going to
out
be
for holding out for Lens deployment to replace Discord.
Would every message be on chain?
Oh my god.
Every time we
I
get
think-
into an argument, there's a volume spike on Polygon.
I think we need the ZK rollup technology to be fully implemented for that.
Supernets.
Yeah,
Give
that's
us
it. Really,
those
Lens should be on a supernet.
I don't think we need to be on a supernet though, right? I think we could just do like a
Yeah.
ZK rollup kind of thing and just have everything aggregated.
They had already come at you with that, right? And you guys were discussing that.
The tricky thing with Aavegotchi is that if we try to move to a supernet or like a roll up or whatever, it's tricky because all of our NFTs are on Polygon, and like, for example, if we wanted to say let's move the Alchemica stuff from the Gotchiverse onto a supernet, they're still going to get transferred to the wallet of the NFT on Polygon, because that's where the NFT is, unless we had everyone bridge their NFTs over to the supernet, which could be doable probably, but it'd be a migration.
That's probably something that Polygon, I mean, obviously they want everybody to be integratable with their new technologies, so it's like a multi-bubble. I'm pretty sure that they're going to have a system set up to where you really don't have to do as much.
I haven't seen anything like that so far from them, but maybe they're working on a lot of products at the same time. So, like, it's hard to see which one will be the first one to like get mass adoption.
Yeah, that and the EVM and a couple other things. I mean, if that gets mass adoption, I mean, that's sick right there just for Polygon in general, because it all uses Mattercoin, you know.
I'm gonna say in regards to your comments with Discord, right? We struggle with Discord right now. Do you see, a future, maybe not even anytime soon, where a lot of this Discord stuff we're doing here today is moved into like Gotchiverse? Somehow we're doing all this stuff in Gotchiverse,
Yeah, I think the next version of chat that we do will be like much more robust than the current one. That's not on the current roadmap. I mean, like in the next 3 months, but we are like chatting internally about how we could have more of a robust chat in the Gotchiverse with channels and subscribing to different channels and stuff. Basically, a little bit more permanent, but that would be one way to do it.
That would be cool.
Hey, when you sign to get into the verse now, does it say something weird? Like, does it say like this is to prove you're human or something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's always said that.
Maybe I never really looked.
I struggle signing that every time. I'm like, am I human?
I don't think.
Oh, Coder Dan, did you see? Wait, say that one more time.
I said you're from another planet, right?
Yeah. Coder Dan, did you see the other side video that I posted, I think yesterday, where they were like someone was touting their like in-game capabilities, and it was basically they ran up to something and it brought them to like a website, not even like a dApp, but just like an external website.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was like someone buying weed or something in the metaverse.
Yeah.
Was that I didn't watch the video, but was that so it opened up like a pop-up in the game, right?
Yeah, pretty much. It opened a browser window and took you to the website. It might have just opened your browser inside of your computer, not even like in the game.
Yeah, that's pretty simple to do. It's like an external link. Super easy to do.
Yeah, you can just message me in the Gotchi verse and send me a little bubble, and I can send it to you.
Mhm.
As long as you're within a legal state.
Oh man, there's all this Alchemica. Grab it. Grab it. No. Dang, I should have went for the big keck. Oh, got it.
Have you guys all voted on the latest proposals?
Yep. It's a lot of XP up there. Yeah, the one proposal, we can get into all this tomorrow because, just the nature of a hangout versus the meeting. But I was actually kind of surprised by the Sunsetting Friends proposal because I didn't think the sunset would be happening so quick. I thought it seemed like when we were talking, and maybe I missed something, that there was discussion of like a 6-month drawdown or something. So to see that the option was actually like 6 weeks or something like that, a little less than that, I was surprised. So I voted 6 weeks.
Yeah, well, I remember the original proposal was October 1st, but even that one, it looks like that one is going to lose to Sunset Friends immediately.
It's over.
We'll have to make some announcements. Like after it passes, I think we'll need to give it a couple of days, or a week maybe. Like, do we really want to do it the moment it passes? Just turn it off, or we need to start telling people that this is happening right now, I guess. Is immediately the moment the core prop finishes? Is that what immediately means?
That is my verbal understanding of the terminology.
My understanding is Slap's image you put up there. That's exactly what I feel is going to happen.
You have to do it at block speed, right? It has to be done at block speed, right?
Yikes.
Cease them immediately. What are the implications of that? Have we talked about that yet? I don't think there are really. We should probably talk about what's going to happen after we do that. Like how much ghost do we have at stake for Friends right now? And then how many friends do we have? I think it's in the billions, isn't it?
Oh, we're definitely probably at this point 5 to 7 billion.
Yes.
Peace.
Is there room on stage for pulling Wagme up here? You can talk about the friends a little bit.
I'll jump off and grab him.
Oh, if he's around, yeah. Plenty of room on the stage.
Dr. Wagme should be up on stage. Welcome, sir.
How's it going, guys? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Crystal clear.
Nice. Well, I can kind of go over. I have 2 props right now, and then I got you Vault announcement, so we can get it all done in one go. As far as sunsetting Friends, the idea with sunsetting Friends is to basically have less content debt, right? So Friends give raffle tickets give access to Gotchiverse and Aavegotchi protocol content. And the idea is the more friends we have, there's this obligation to have an event where we distribute NFTs. And I'm getting a little feedback from you. No future.
Yeah, you're gonna need to mute when
Okay,
people are talking. We can always hear it on your stream, I guess.
But so whether we're having a wearable or the next haunt or another land sale, whenever we give those away via raffle tickets, that is not an opportunity for either the DAO or for Pixelcraft to earn any revenue from that. And then there's also this just constant pressure to we need the next raffle. We dilute the NFT in question, and then there's no upside where there's no upward price pressure on Ghost. We're simply just diluting the underlying wearable. So that idea with getting rid of Friends is to transition to a point where when we have one of those events, whether it's an Aavegotchi limited edition haunt or the next round of wearable raffles, that can generate revenue in a healthy way for the protocol and not just dilute. And I'm hoping that this can kind of unite our community a little bit more and then give us more freedom with how we want to do those NFT distributions. you can imagine, say like glitter needs some love, right? So then whatever NFT distribution we want next, yeah, that could be perhaps denominated in glitter instead of being obligated to use our raffle tickets, because that's just what we keep doing. So I think this can give our community a little bit more options and then turn it into a revenue generating event instead of just delusional giving away the underlying. And then the second one, as part of that, is to change our liquidity mining incentives. I talked with Moon pretty extensively about this, and the thought was that the Ghost ETH pair, was born from DynaSwap, which has been a failed project, and there's limited liquidity in there. And similar, Ghostmatic is a small pool that's getting quite a bit of incentives. And how can we, maximize our effective pools in Ghost USDC? And so moving a little bit of the glitter incentives over to Ghost USDC to make that more robust. And then finally, last thing I have for you is the Gotchi Vault is super excited to debut some new features today. I think they are officially live on our site, but we have non-custodial lending, which is now live. Yeah, really heard a lot of feedback from the community about custodial versus non-custodial. And so it's going to feel like the custodial, but you log in, you go to your profile, your wallet Gotchis, and then you can set up, the upfront Ghost, your duration, the whitelist, your splits, and our bot will automatically list and reclaim them for you, but it will not be custodial. So the voting power will remain with you. It won't go into the vault, but then you'll be getting the benefits of it being reclaimed, auto-listed, and it's pretty cool. It's non-custodial, so it gives our users more options in the broader community, which maybe wasn't interested in depositing and losing their voting power, can keep it this way. The big downsides to that is you don't have access to the 5,000 parcels that are in the vault. So if you don't have a ton of land, then you won't be able to use the vault lands if you're not depositing. And then also you won't be getting your Gotchi pet, but it just gives more options for more users, and hopefully kind of helps with that custody and vote discussion a little bit to have this option.
This kind of addresses some of the criticisms about the vault having a lot of the voting power, like forcing people to deposit their assets if they want some of these features, right?
Yeah,
Or
I like
those,
this.
are they
This is cool.
separate?
I think giving an option is helpful.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Hernani.
Yeah, I also have a question to Dr. Wagmi. Are you guys straight out copying us? That's my question. No, because we held a Twitter space on August 18th where we announced free padding. 1 day later, the Gotchi Vault announced free padding. We also announced the landing operator. 10 days later, you guys released that. And competition is healthy for the ecosystem. But now we are wondering, should we close our GitHub repository? Should we not announce our next products and things like that? And that in the end hurts our relationship with the community. So yeah, just wondering.
No, I think, a lot of the discussions around the Gotchi Vault and voting have been going on for quite a long time. And so we've been trying to be responsive to the community, asking for, some way that it's not compulsory for the voting power to go to the vault. So that, I think that was kind of our top priority, was to really listen to community feedback. But I agree with you that competition is good for the community. We are all building and trying to build something that is attractive to users. And I'm really, really excited about what you guys are doing with Orium. And I think we can both work together successfully.
Sounds good.
That's the fun of open source software, right? I mean, if everything's out there, and especially on the Gotchi contracts, lending operator has been live for a while now. Some people have made services around it. I think was it Jared has like the gotchilending.com, which was a paid service. So eventually all things will if the functionality is open source, you don't really have a moat to build something around, unless you just have you can really build out like a user experience. So in the end, what it will really come down to is who solves the user's needs the best.
Yeah, absolutely. But unfortunately, what I'm mostly concerned is, we want to announce what we're doing. We want to share with the community. We want to gather the feedback. And unfortunately, that hurts that interaction with the community, which I think it's really essential and important for the growth of the ecosystem. I've been doing free open source software for a while. And to be honest, it's the first time that happened to me. It might have been a coincidence. It might not. But yeah, it's something that now we have to consider it moving forward.
Well, yeah. Vault's been on an island for a long time. I've been a proud proponent for competition and ecosystem entrance for a little bit. So yeah, you're the only other person in the arena right now. It's a small realm right now.
Like Coder Dan said, there are some other write-ups too that I found interesting. I know Mikey J's done one for a petting bot, as well as I think a rental one, another write-up for some automation. So I think even on the individual level, there's an ability to start actually implementing this for yourself. If you're tech savvy.
Well, both of y'all better watch out for Gotchi farming, because those guys are hard at work in their little closet.
Yeah.
It's the beauty of the Gotchiverse, right? It's one of the reasons why I'm so excited about this project. There are so many different services and applications and events that you can build on top of it that, yeah, it makes a really exciting ecosystem to be a part of.
Plus, I mean, the competition really helps, everybody, diversify the DAO. Without any competition, it would become centralized.
Absolutely. We still got YGG out there in Blackpool. Both the organizations have major resources, and we haven't seen any kind of sweet offerings from them yet, and I doubt it's going to stay that way.
Yeah, I mean, they own quite a bit of stuff in there too, right? So, I mean, I think once they make a move, I mean, we might see some big movers.
Hey man, it forced change in a way. If we like to think about it like that or not, but like the VP issue has been eliminated. This is the best case scenario for that issue. So that petting is now open on more platforms, and VP is no longer delegation is no longer an issue. Although we still need to hash out the delegation stuff, because guilds will still need to do proxy voting through Gnosis safes and stuff like that. So the issue isn't truly dead. But interesting stuff, guys.
Let us recognize that the path is always forward and not backward.
Oh yeah, I agree with that sentiment. That's innovation, man. I think our community has been exemplary of like what a community can do, how they can innovate on top of each other, and we have so many builders in our community. I think they all deserve kind of like their own like summit of builders, because there's just so many of them. So that'd be cool to see, or like a hackathon, showcase all that side of Aavegotchi too.
I keep seeing that Flame has been posting this idea about like contacting whales through Etherscan.
Black Messenger too, Black Chat.
Yeah, it's an interesting idea. I mean, no one is stopping anyone from doing that, right? But you just want to know like what message we should be telling them. It is a bit weird to just like cold call people, I guess, but it could work.
Flame was one of the original pioneers of like mass NFT airdrops that were essentially pamphlets. Had NFTs designed that had instructions on what Aavegotchi was and how to get involved with it, and was very diligent about mass dropping those on individuals. And so he's just continuing one of his major vibes. He did it himself. He's dedicated to this concept of trying to touch as many eyes as possible.
Did you, as you were doing that, like, did you have any success? Did you keep a track of how many individuals you reached out and what the success rate was of those, or was it just kind of spray and pray?
I'm sure he'll type it out, but I'm kind of leaning towards the spray and pray. I think that'd be hard to extract metrics.
I see some people
What
mentioning
what is the
lag.
purpose? What is the purpose of reaching out to whales? Sorry, I missed the point.
Sure. So, like, in Flame's approach to this is using something like chat block or block chat to be able to essentially target major accounts that have either large resources or large activity that aren't in Aavegotchi ecosystem. And he's trying to find a way to essentially just pop in front of them and say, "Hey guys, y'all aware of this?" And so he's trying to find a way to round interest from people that have not seen this at all yet.
Got it. Yeah, that definitely makes a lot of sense. There was a famous YouTuber. I think his name is Kagiyang, something like that. He was he was speaking a lot about Aavegotchi in the beginning, and I think I saw on Twitter people telling him what's up now, the new things, and he's like super surprised. So I think we can definitely do more in terms of awareness.
Yeah, I think Kagigen's pretty aware of Aavegotchi. He plays with like a lot of blockchain games. He was a big Axie guy for a while.
Yeah, I saw someone telling him that we can now do farming, and he was like, "What? We can build?" So I was surprised that he was not keeping up with the project as often as we would hope.
Yeah, I was trying to get him to hire me as his scholar. I told him basically I would undercut the entire market if I can get his business. He hasn't hit me up yet, though.
I think he only has like 4 gotchis or something like that. But I guess every gotchi counts, right?
True. Yeah, man, gotta get that whitelist all the way. I'm trying to be number one, the number one borrower. I'm number 2 right now, so I'm trying to get to number 1. I'm assuming number 1's a bot, so I'm coming for you.
Well, I was also saying on District 420, it's kind of nice to see someone who's not a bot holding down one of the top 3 spots. It's like we have proof of human because you actually live channel every day, so we know you're not a bot.
Yeah, I wonder, Hefe, just your opinion. Do you think that that is an indicator that we are still quite micro in terms of our core ecosystem?
Oh, we're micro, dude. Just to give you guys an idea of how micro, how early this game is. RuneScape is like a dead game. Like it's a game of like mostly bots, and they still get like 20,000 to 40,000 players a day sometimes. And that game's like in my opinion, is kind of like a dead. Like their old school RuneScape is like a dead game. Like it's, people go there and play it, but it's like it's been around for a very long time, and so like we still have some time to like build up to that, like a lot of time, hence the 30-year roadmap, I guess. I have a very long outlook on Aavegotchi. And even Master Yang, I was talking to him the other night, and he's like, this project gives him the same kind of vibe as when he first found Bitcoin, like the Bitcoin community. And he was talking about how that felt. He's like, I was 26, like finishing college or whatever when I first got into this project, Bitcoin. And now it's like 10 years later. He's like, I have like kids, I have like a family. He's like, you guys have no idea like how long this stuff can go on for and like how much can really change in even 10 years, right? Which is apparently a third of our outlook. So like, if we think of it that way, we're like, I don't even know like how to describe it, but we're like really early. Like if this was a baseball game, the people haven't even taken their seats yet. Like that's how early we are.
Yeah, man, I agree.
That's how early we are to the game. Yeah. Pitchers are still warming up. People haven't even taken their seats yet.
It's almost like we're still deciding the rules of the game at this point. Like the game's not even.
We're in the tailgate waiting for the game to be ready for us. Like we're just sitting here partying and getting ready.
And so imagine my outrage when I watch people rage quit already and say, this game sucks. I don't like any of this. It's not going anywhere. We're not even there yet, boys.
Where'd you see that? I haven't seen that.
I wonder quite a few places.
I mean, we can definitely ask them, like, was there something specific that happened that made them rage quit, or they're just like it's not moving fast enough, or like
It's typically pacing. Typically, it's always criticism on pacing. Where's PvP? This is
Haters
crazy.
gonna hate.
yeah.
I think there needs to be
hate
some.
things.
I think there needs to be some perspective there too, right? Because we're going off the minimum viable game concept, which means theoretically, if this was like a game, a typical like traditional dev house for building a game, we wouldn't have even seen the Gotchiverse yet. The plans would probably not have even been revealed yet. Probably for like the next year still. And so, you know, it takes a long time. Like it takes years and years to build a game like this. But we're actually getting to go along for the ride and actually be, you know, through the DAO, be able to provide feedback to build the game. And so it's something new, right? And it does test your patience sometimes, but you know, a lot of the challenges and a lot of the you know, the things we go through as a community is probably what you guys as Pixelcraft would be going through on your own as like a dev house. If you were building the game on your own, you know, you'd be still facing the same challenges. You know, it's just that we wouldn't have any say on it. It would just be all internal.
Yeah.
So
I can't imagine trying to build like a full crypto or like blockchain Web3 enabled game without having the community like along and being part of it and giving feedback. I just can't imagine it, because there's so much like on the economy side and just the NFT side that community's gonna want input in. Like I can just imagine a traditional web, like a Web2 company trying to do it, and you know, and it might happen. Maybe I just lack imagination, but it could be like they would basically make this game and then they would release it, like this is the coolest thing ever, and then their community might just look at it and just be like, okay, cool, that's like they're totally disappointed with the final product.
Well,
Whereas
consider the implications of involving the very user base that it is you're trying to design for. Seems like it makes a pretty good sense.
and yet I'm actually working on a larger kind of a thesis for this, not ready yet, but eventually I'll be posting more about it. But just this idea of like the like most Web 2 games do not consider the community feedback in the dev cycle. Like literally, it's like from the beginning there's a lot of planning and the whole life cycle. You basically get up till the game is fully developed, and then they might listen to like user feedback on like patches here and there, but the game is already developed. Whereas with what we're trying to do, we're building this game with you guys, and yeah, there's going to be some disappointment and like kind of feelings of things might be moving too slowly sometimes. Sometimes they're moving too fast almost. I feel like we never have enough time in the day to make all the announcements of all the new stuff like coming out every day. But there's always like the sense of things are happening and we're trying to tune things in real time, which can be frustrating, but it's also like really exciting. So I feel like if we just keep doing this, and it is very dependent on the community as well. We need good feedback. We need to make sure that we as a community are asking the right questions and looking at the right metrics to make sure we are making a game that's going to eventually like be able to attract new players and be successful. It's a lot of pressure on us and on you guys. But
Dan, you're way too humble, man. You guys are shipping really fast. I don't want to seem like I'm, just bumping you guys. But just as a comparison, I've been in Axie since the beginning of 2021. They have been promising land for more than 3 years now. You guys delivered that in 6 months. And building blocks, slowly farming, slowly delivering different features. And that's the way to go, man. I'm really happy with the speed that things are coming out right now. And I'm sure that the rest of communities too.
Yeah, thanks, man. That's it means a lot.
We were talking about this last night on the call, and the future and I have never been involved in game dev. for a game that we were interested in. This is a first for us. It's probably a first for a lot of folks in here, and so it's definitely the right progress path.
Yeah, we were talking about that because, like, even me as a gamer, like in the gaming that I played, I've never even gone to a forum to discuss like the game. It's just like either I like the game or I don't. I keep my opinions to myself or to, like, I guess, my in real life friends. So this whole experience is different in that way. And then it's just like the idea that we're moving with you, so we're kind of walking in lockstep, and we're talking about how this affects, like, when we get to that next level of players, when more players come in, will they want to participate in the DAO? If they're just like Yannick said this, the idea that like the parents right now are building the Gotchiverse in the game for their children. So when we get up to that point, will those people, that next generation, will they want to participate in the DAO? And I think they will if they're asset holders. But it's just interesting to see this. Like, we're going to see this generational evolution of Gotchi Gang over time.
Yeah, just to add some constructive criticism to the conversation, the only thing that I am particularly, questioning myself more and more often is I know that Pixelcraft has a vision for the Gotchiverse, what it's going to be, what it's going to look like. But this interaction with the community, build this product with the community, this metaverse is also really important, right? So how much of the decisions that we'll have to take to build the Gotchiverse, should be passed through the DAO, right? So, for example, I think it was last week or a couple weeks ago that we had the change with the number of wallets that could rent Aavegotchis all at once, the number, right? And we ended up taking a step back and putting that into the DAO instead. So I wonder, how can we figure out which features need to go through the DAO and which ones, the Pixelcraft team should just, build as fast as possible and iterate on it over time. What do you guys think?
I don't think there's like a totally correct answer to that. We'll always be figuring that out. You could either say all or nothing or somewhere in between. Having a process for it, I think, as we become more and more mature, there will be processes for more of that kind of stuff. But also, we don't want to make sure that there's like too many processes where there becomes like a bureaucracy between it, and it kind of gets fossilized or like ossified.
100%. Low down development, right?
Yeah, so we want to maintain harmony between all the parties while also like continuing to move quickly. And so that's why I always tell people, go on, like, the best place to voice your opinion is on the DAO forum. That's where a lot of the serious discussion is happening. So if you notice an issue that you want to bring up and make more people aware of, you can just post it on the DAO forum and then post it here in the Discord. Just kind of bring visibility to it. So the thing is, our vision, like what a metaverse is now, it's hard to say like we have this specific vision. We want to make a game where gotchis are kind of a central point of it, and it's a thriving kind of MMORPG game. Now there's a lot of those out there. We're not the first MMORPG, obviously. But what makes Aavegotchi different is because we are like you do own the assets, but that's not a game. Like, owning the assets doesn't make it more fun. So it's going to be a constant process of like us and the community together. Let's all brainstorm and like figure out what like the killer feature of a Web3 game is going to be. And I don't think anyone has really figured that out yet in this space. Like Decentraland, Sandbox, the crypto voxels, like Web3, or what was it, Web? Like no one's really figured it out yet, and they don't have their whole community kind of brainstorming with them together. So that's why I'm pretty bullish on Aavegotchi.
Yeah, the way that I look to the play to earn scene right now is the same way that I looked to DeFi 2-3 years ago. When we were on that craze where liquidity farming was insane. Everybody was issuing tokens, and now most of that is basically worthless, right? And what I have seen, what I've noticed in DeFi is that a lot of the successful projects or the projects that are withstanding the crypto winter, they are implementing voting escrow, right? So the type of tokens that get locked over time, that add liquidity rewards and governance power, right? So I think that's a model that has been fairly successful on DeFi and has more chance to be sustainable long term. And I think we're gonna get there when it comes to play to earn, metaverse, in these digital economies that we are building, right? It's very early. It's been around for a year or two, so it's very hard to say what's gonna look like in the future. But eventually, I think we are all gonna converge to a more or less common model that is going to allow us to be successful long term.
Do you think that locking up coins in Aavegotchi might be a good idea for a period?
I personally, I really like the idea of voting escrow, right? So the core concept there is the longer you commit to the ecosystem, right? The longer you lock your tokens, more voting power or decision power you have towards the DAO. I think that makes a lot of sense. But liquidity is also a debatable issue, right? People get very sentimental when it comes to locking their tokens for years and end.
Hey, it's worked for Hex, right? Kidding.
Oh yeah, there's a model child.
Very interesting project.
Everybody lock their coins up in ETH.
Yeah. Anyone heard any hot takes about the merge coming up? It's supposed to happen in a few weeks, right?
So I saw someone on social refer to it like as this generation's Y2K.
Well, I think it's actually created a downturn. And I think when it's successful, it's going to be a monster just waiting to explode.
I think it'll be slow growth. That's me personally. I think the initial hype pop's happening right now. We're gonna watch a slow march towards inevitable up, but it's not gonna happen overnight. I don't think enough people understand what we're even talking about, honestly.
I think that Polygon or Matic kind of has led the way for Ethereum to kind of see a lot of the pitfalls that they've had through doing POS and other things. So I think Ethereum might be actually a lot further ahead of the game than most people think, just because of Polygon.
Yeah.
Has anyone actually looked at the different stake? Like, what's the consensus algorithm for the merge? Like for 2.0? Does anyone know? I've looked. I haven't looked that deeply into it, but yeah, I hope it's. I saw someone posting that owning, was it like 30% of the hash power there was like a 90% chance that they could validate 2 or 3 blocks in a row, which seems.
But does hash power even applies on POS? Coded
like validation stake. So like right now, Lido they have like a huge amount of and it's not hash power, but like stake on the network because they have everyone's STETH. So them or like Binance, I think it's Kraken.
Coinbase.
Coinbase. Yeah, these are all.
Yeah.
Some of them are like public companies in the US.
Yeah, there are many points of centralizations in the Ethereum ecosystem, right? I think another one that people have pointed out is that the majority of the nodes are hosted on AWS, right? So anything that happens on AWS obviously affects the Ethereum ecosystem. But I think that those are all going to be addressed over time, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but if I understand this correctly, the merge is basically the foundation for a more scalable L1 in Ethereum, right? It's not going to scale 100x after the merge, but it's just the foundation for all the different features that they want to launch following that, if I understand that correctly.
My understanding is that the sharding will eventually happen. But I've never really gotten my understanding of the sharding feels like each of the different shards is basically a piece of the network, and they need to talk to each other somehow. So you have to bridge your funds between them. But I guess it's like a quicker bridge than like a Matic to Ethereum bridge. But are they still doing sharding?
I think sharding is going to get replaced by ZK stuff. I think that we're going to watch the scale and go that direction.
Okay. Yep, I thought I heard that too.
We've seen a couple of sharding. Harmony is a sharding net. Near's a sharding net. It ain't looking so hot.
Yeah.
That's why Polygon kind of went in like 10 different avenues to kind of see which one was going to be best. You know, I think they spent like $1 billion acquiring just 2 rollups. So like, you know, I mean, that's huge in itself.
Yeah, and to your initial point, Dan, regarding the number of nodes and the majority being owned by a single entity, what I heard in some talks directly from Vitalik is that they want to make an Ethereum node really lightweight. So they are considering, you know, every node not needing to essentially have a copy of the entire blockchain as it is today, right? So that's going to make Ethereum nodes really light to run. Democratize this whole space, right? Today, everyone is basically carrying the same nodes from their browsers, right? They don't run an Ethereum node, and if we make them light enough to run on our own devices, I think that's the path forward, right? Because we have millions of users, and we will have millions of Ethereum nodes.
Yeah, well said. And Polygon is on their way to that right now with Polygon Lite client, and we should be able to any of us should be able to help support the Polygon node network pretty soon. And so, again, I think it's kind of setting the tone for where Ethereum's likely headed.
Well, a lot of their layer 2s are going to also have their own nodes as well, right?
It's going to be nodes all the way down.
They already have, right? They already have.
I just meant like when it gets fully implemented, I think that that's all going to be using Matic. So I think just all the way around, the ecosystem's about to blow up into a multi-ecosystem of different companies all using the same coin, which is good for Matic. And I think it's really good for anybody who's working within the system for security, for just being able to be first movers inside the ecosystem.
Boy, the weekly hangout got really technical today. I love that.
So
Yeah, what about these fake? Oh, go ahead.
I was actually going to transition to fake gotchis. Just an announcement: we do have the Artist Summit happening in an hour, and we are going to put up a link on on the Gotchiverse site directly to that parcel in about 30 minutes. If you guys want to head in, so you will have to refresh your browser to do that, but it'll be happening in about 30 minutes. And so these fake gotchis, eh?
How is that going to work?
We all know about real gotchis, but now we got fake gotchis. I love how fake actually stands for friendly art karmic experiment, right?
That's right.
I like that.
Could put our good vibes out there. We'll see what happens, right? We'll see what comes back.
We were talking about this. We were talking about this last night, and I wanted to ask one thing. Like, say someone like Rigo, who did the Aavegotchi self-portraits and has got almost 200 unique pieces in that overall collection. In the future of fake gotchis, would that be the requirement of 200 separate fake gotchi cards to mint those 200 separate pieces, correct?
That would be, yeah. I mean, that's like one of the downsides of this model. It's not like if you want to do a 10K PFP, unfortunately, the fake gotchis won't really work for that the way it's like set up. But it's more for like one-off pieces that are inspired by Aavegotchi, but aren't necessarily like huge collections.
So we think it actually plays really well into what the pieces that already exist out there, things like GMI, because someone that wants to do a big collection like that can do a couple of flagship pieces properly as fake gotchis and then mint the rest out, externally.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's what a lot of artists do. They have like their normal series that they release. They could be 10K PFPs. They could be Like what Rigo's done. But then they have like the fake rares, and that's just how you solidify your. It's just like a stamp as an accolade to have one of the fake, to have a fake gachi. One of your collections is a fake gachi card, is going to be like an accolade. You made it. So that's the way I look at it. Anyway, that's the way it gets looked at in other communities that have done this. It's kind of your stamp in the directory there. So it'll be cool. I'm really excited. This is the start of a new kind of art / culture movement that's already been taking place in Aavegotchi. You have like GMI, you have the Portal Mages, you have Gachi Farmy, probably many other guilds I'm forgetting that are really experimenting
Like
with
8-bit?
8-Bit Gamers Guild, that are experimenting with art and Aavegotchi, and now being able to, actually have an avenue to keep pursuing this. And maybe, I think this, just you guys announcing it, has inspired others to start putting their artwork out there and to get some recognition for that.
How are they going to be acquirable? I guess I haven't looked into that.
And so I think the Art Summit is kind of defining this new movement now. It's kind of a way for us to acknowledge what's been created so far already in Aavegotchi, and make sure we can acknowledge all the hard work that's gone into, all the creativity and hard work that's gone into like making these pieces, show some of them off, showcase some new stuff, and then we can move into kicking off the Fake Gachi series. Which I believe Pixelcraft, you guys are going to be revealing some stuff on that, so I won't say too much. But the fake gachis, you guys might have something lined up for that already, and then we have many other artists coming in, from our community, and hopefully we get some nice distribution of these cards. That so that a lot of different creative people can have that opportunity to create something.
I'm excited because these artist pieces are going to be in the Gotchiverse forever. We'll place them now, and in 10 years from now, that piece can still be on that humble parcel. So it's going to be really cool highlighting the artists in the community, because I always see artwork on Twitter, and I always appreciate it, but I'm appreciating it more if I can put it on my parcel.
Now imagine when you're the third generational recipient of a piece of art.
We'll have like a Picasso in the Gotchiverse who doesn't get appreciated, and then all of a sudden his artwork goes up in value.
Totally. I mean, probably like there's an artist in this community that will be like famous one day. If when Aavegotchi like finally gets big, there'll probably be some artists that are here right now that are going to be well known.
I guarantee it's happening.
Yeah, get on that Bin Laden 101 here pretty quick before his prices moon.
Hey just Z5, if you're in the chat real quick, are we fine on public facing for the Art Summit planning? I can drop that, right?
Send it. All right, I'm checking it out.
So you see
Good
the
docs.
Summit link.
Yeah, exactly.
Summit link
Good docs,
hub will
good
have
itinerary.
everything.
It's a little early, but if you want to peruse through the auction gallery, I think that's going to quite be interesting to many folks.
Shout out to OXZ5 for putting all this together, GMI member. And so, okay. Yeah, so for Bin Laden's piece there, go check out the art gallery. Yeah, shout out to OXZ5 for putting all this together. He's been working hard on getting the Notion pages together and keeping all our notes organized and whatnot. So
One shout out to Bankless DAO for helping helping the Gacha gang source some top quality talent.
Yeah, we got some top quality talent. Yeah, thanks to Bankless DAO.
Ooh, I love all the pieces in here. They're all so nice. Good job, everybody. Wow.
Some gems in there too. Nice one of ones.
By the way, just looking at this piece, I do want to drop a little bit of alpha. Maybe we've mentioned it before, but NFT displays will initially come in squares, but we are going to have rectangles and horizontals. Like we'll have vertical and horizontals as well. So this would be perfect for your vertical NFT display.
Good. I was
There will be some
hoping it all
golden ones as
formats.
well.
Nice.
Ooh.
Golden displays.
Oh yeah. For your top quality Gotchiverse art.
For your sophisticated collectors.
I mean, I don't know. It might make a difference if I'm walking around. I'm like, I kind of want to buy some art today. I see one of them's got a normal display. One of them's got a golden display. I don't know.
Hey, framing is everything.
Ooh,
Right.
golden displays. Dang. Don't have to say more than that. Just take my money.
Right. Sounds so fancy.
So yeah, when Gotchiverse Art Gallery, right? You have your portal access from the front page.
Mm-hmm.
You can advertise the event, and then you can
Yep.
have your NFT displays set up however you want on your parcel, and have Gotchi Gang come over and hang out for some good times.
And if it's fake Gotchi, you can buy it right there from the bazaar in game.
Nice.
Oh, dang.
I do have the parcel of dope ether art, and so I'm happy to host out
Nice.
some of our top-notch artists out there, looking to host some of the actual proper ETH pieces there.
Yeah, I'm gonna wonder if is there gonna be like an art district in the Gotchiverse? Where is that gonna be? I mean, it could be D1, right?
There
But
has to be.
It's
There has to
District
be.
12, right? That's where GMI's posted up.
yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes good sense. Yeah, that's a good point.
District 12 has GMI and 8-bit in District 12, so I feel like that could be an art district.
There you go.
I'm looking for little speakeasies. I want to find the little pockets hidden off in corners that have just great stuff that you have to work to find it.
You have to come out to District 42 then.
They're too poor to afford the party portal for their event, but their art is lit. you gotta walk to get there.
That's awesome.
Hey,
Yeah,
and you gotta go through the part where you get mugged.
So if I like make a wall all the way around of installations, nobody can get in, right?
There'll be some, just like right now, any of the installations that you can't get through are just because we're still working on collisions. Collisions take a lot of CPU on the back end. And so right now they're just kind of one collision per installation, but eventually they'll be more complex where there'll be like little nooks and crannies between them. So they'll like the only ones that are actually going to be real walls are the walls. Even though everything kind of acts like a wall right now, that's not how it will be in the final version. And we are working on a huge kind of refactoring of the back end right now that's gonna clear up basically all this lag. As you guys see, we just turned off the collisions because they add a lot of lag on the back end. And every week there's more and more because people are building more installations every week. So we're working diligently to fix that issue.
Like Z5's post there just gave me an idea for playable dApps. Like it would be cool if you go to a parcel and you can click on an installation and just be able to play like a little mini game or something kind of small and simple, lightweight, or have some sort of interactive animation or something. It'd be kind of cool.
SDK, baby.
SDK, that's what I was kind of thinking.
Question for, I guess, dApps that are built on the SDK, will that affect the server, or will those dApps have to have their own servers? Like, you'll just be like, how will that work? Because I don't understand any of this magic stuff that you guys are doing.
Yeah, so we've been investigating and kind of planning out how exactly we'll do that. And if you guys have ever built in Decentraland, it'll probably be something similar to how they do it, where you'll basically be able to test it on like a testing version, and then you'll upload it to the official Gotchiverse server, and then it will be live there. That would be one way to do it, because there's going to be in the future, there'll probably be shards of the Gotchiverse. Like you'll probably be able to run your own at some point, and so you could launch your version of your dApp there as well. But we're always going to have the official Gotchiverse version, the shared world. And so if you want to make a change or like push something onto your parcel, you'll basically write the code, or eventually we'll have like a UI to do it, and then you'll just upload it to the server and it will be live.
Very cool.
So if you wanna be an early builder, you might need to learn a little bit of coding. It'll probably be in JavaScript, TypeScript.
I've been learning TypeScript recently, but it's like not that much hard. Like it just looks like it's just syntax stuff on top of JavaScript, basically.
Yeah. It's basically just JavaScript, but it prevents you from making stupid mistakes, which
I feel
quite
like
it's pretty easy to do.
Yeah.
I think I need to just get like more handy with GitHub repositories and find out where the open source goodies are so that I can like fork or copy pasta.
I always say devs are the laziest people in the world. If we can automate something, or if we can figure out a quicker way to do it, we will spend that extra few hours up front to save lots of hours later.
The cool thing with smart contracts at this point, there's been so many written for different use cases that you might not even have to learn how to write the Solidity code. If you're able to find what you're looking for, you might be able to actually make it work for what you need. I don't know very much Solidity, like very basic, but still can find my way around a smart contract. So you gotta know some JavaScript, I guess, though. That does help.
Flame is pointing to code clubs. So 3D is basically use 3JS or some other 3D engine. I think Phaser also supports 3D, and we're planning to do some experiments with it. But it is much more GPU and CPU intensive. So we're just going step by step. We are going to have a 3D version of the Gotchiverse, but we need to fix all the current issues that we have with lag and stuff before we go to that next level. Otherwise, we'll just have to deal with all that concurrently, which will be a mess. Step by step.
With the SDK, will we have the ability to like implement different kinds of physics on objects, like so they can do like, I don't know, like weird things, you can assign weights and like make objects move a certain way, and is that going to be something that we're going to be able to do?
Yeah, there'll definitely be some things. There's going to be a balance between like flexibility and then breaking the actual like game rules of Aavegotchi. Like we'll have to flesh that out as a community and decide how we want that to be. For example, if you could make it so you could just run across, like the speed of movement on your parcel could be a variable that you could change, but that would affect gameplay for everyone in the game. So probably not a great idea to have that. But there's a lot of things that we can like include on that list.
I actually have a question regarding testing. You mentioned that there will be a test environment available. Something that I try to do at Orion is all the contracts, they are on Mumbai. And when it comes to Aavegotchi, we have half and half, right? I think half of them are there, which is really cool. We help us test all the features before we move them to mainnet, but not all of them. So yeah, I just want to get a sense of you if moving forward, you guys want to keep the testnet Mumbai fully updated, or if you would suggest developers to take another approach like fork mainnet or something like that.
We actually the Gotchiverse contracts are basically on par with Matic. So Mumbai and Matic are pretty much feature parity right now. The ones that are a little bit more behind, and that's because we use Mumbai for our own internal testing before things go live. So the ones that are a little bit more behind are Aavegotchi contracts, because we originally were testing those on Kovan, and now Kovan's pretty much gone. So there is stuff live on Mumbai, but I think it just needs like a full deployment, including all the SVGs, all the changes that have been made to those, and it's a huge undertaking. So that's why there's a little bit of less like feature parity with the Aavegotchi contracts on Mumbai.
Yeah, I definitely can understand that this will probably be a lot of work. But moving forward to the SDK release, is that something that you guys want to keep updated so SDK developers can try things out on Monday?
Yeah, going forward, the Gotchiverse, we currently do have a Mumbai deployment that we use internally, and probably will once we get to the combat testing, there'll definitely be some Mumbai environments open, and probably from that point forward, we'll have like a Mumbai kind of sandbox where people can play. It might not be the entire Gotchiverse, but it'll definitely be like something for people to use on Mumbai.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. Because in Orion, what we have experienced is we have been forking the mainnet and work with things on our own test environment, but there are also services that you want to integrate. They are also supported on testnets, and they are really difficult to essentially try it out on forked chains. For example, if you're dealing with Gelato, if you are dealing with subgraphs, things like that. I probably shouldn't have been mentioning those because people copy you. But yeah.
I heard of Gelato.
I think we all probably know. Most of us know what Gelato is in the automation space.
Gelato is coming out with really amazing features. We have been participating of their beta program, but it has blowing my mind the new features that they are going to be announcing soon.
That's cool. I'll have to look in. If you have any alpha on that, feel free to DM me.
I do have, but I don't want to give it away because I don't know if the Gelato team will be happy with me. That's the only thing.
Okay.
But yeah, they are going to essentially expand a lot of the use case, a lot of the things you can do with Gelato. Now, right now, it's all with smart contracts, on-chain data, things like that, and they're essentially going to enable a lot more use cases. I'm really excited about what they're doing.
Cool. One thing I was actually thinking about that with the whole bonding curve discussion, if we were to, for example, take the DAO treasury that currently exists, right, 25, 30 million DAI, and somehow play market maker as a DAO, ensuring that we have sufficient liquidity for Ghost all the time. It would be some form of like on-chain market maker on Polygon. And I figure, I don't know if people use Gelato for that or not, but that could be like one interesting use case, because people have always, like, from what I've seen so far, people are mentioning like we can use the DAO treasury for buybacks, but it's like, well, what happens when the DAO runs out of DAI to buy back Ghost with? like the DAO needs to almost act as like a market maker, buying and selling Ghost to maintain the good liquidity, like with limit
Yeah,
orders.
that's definitely a great use case for Gelato. Their biggest use case is DeFi liquidations, right? Smart contracts, they are passive applications. They need users to initiate transactions, and Gelatos essentially make sure that these transactions are submitted on a specific timeline, or based on specific events that you specify. So yeah, a market making strategy would obviously be a great use of Gelato. But what I'm having difficult understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, Coder Dan, is all the DAO's revenue is based in Ghost, right? The DAI that goes to the curve that could not be used for purchasing Ghost, or is that what you're proposing?
I'm not proposing, but there is a proposal to basically turn off the curve, and when that happens, all the DAI in the curve would then be made available. Because what the curve actually is a decentralized autonomous ICO. It's a DA ICO, and so the ultimate purpose of the bonding curve, like if there's one use case where you could use it like this, would be, okay, we're, as a project, like we've raised enough money, we're gonna basically turn the curve off, and that whatever's in there would then become the funds of the project that would be used for for development. We didn't use it that way. We used it as a market maker and just as a stability for the Aavegotchi ecosystem, and also just like an AMM. But if we were to turn it off, it would that DAI would then be made available for the community to, like, we would have to transfer it somewhere, and then that would be kind of the new DAO treasury.
Yeah, that was Moon's proposal, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not something I don't think is going to happen anytime soon, but they wanted to kick off the discussion for it while we're kind of in the boring bear market.
It's going to be a long discussion for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I think that's one of the things that sets the Ghost token apart from everything else, right? Everyone is crying now doing the bear market except the Ghost holders. So it's probably a bad timing for that proposal, but we can definitely start discussing it.
Yeah. There's no urgency behind it. It's really just to kick off the discussion.
What do you think about VE tokens, Coder Dan?
I mean, they're created for their specific use case. I don't like them or dislike them, I guess.
You would, if we were to essentially remove the bounding curve, is it something that we can consider, or would there be an alternative system that we could consider?
For what would the use case be for that?
For voting escrow tokens, they are used for essentially you commit, you lock the tokens for 1 to up to 4 years. I think most people use, and the idea is that the longer you lock, you get benefits, right? And these benefits, they either come in liquidity farming rewards. You can get tokens airdrop you, with a specific yield. And you get more voting power towards government decisions. So, for example, if you lock for a year, you get 1x of your tokens in voting power. But if you lock for 4 years, then you have 10x, something like that, right? But the idea is to incentivize people to lock their tokens, so there are less of these tokens on the market, and the price goes up, right? So yeah, it's another idea. I think it has been fairly successful on Curve. I think Curve is the largest project implementing them. And if we removed, the assets that are behind Ghost, I wonder if we should consider V tokens or other alternative DeFi type of staking to incentivize holders.
Curve does not have a fixed supply, right?
It doesn't have a fixed supply, but it does have a predictable supply, right? So we know how many CRV tokens are going to be issued over time, but they are issuing very aggressively, very aggressively.
Yeah. What, like when you if you say Curve is an example of the V token, I immediately think, well, Curve is like, their token prices. It's a project is strong, but like the token price, but it's because they don't have a fixed supply. I don't know, because Ghost, if the bonding curve were turned off, it would be a fixed supply. There'd be like 43,281,651 Ghost tokens. So I don't know if is V tokens an ideal model for a fixed supply. That we'd have to do some research on that.
Yeah,
I think you'll
probably
have
not,
an aggregation.
Yeah, probably not, but it would be cool if we had some alternative to the curve, right? I think that a part of the discussion of turning off the curve is what we're going to replace it with, right? What other functionalities, or what other what else the Ghost token will aggregate with? Because right now it's backed by DAI. So if we just remove DAI, I don't think that is useful for the whole project. But maybe we can replace it with something more efficient, right? And we can definitely explore some options. But I think that should be a part of the conversation, right?
Yeah, and I think one of the other aspects is, we're talking about the curve, right? And turning it off, but we also have to look at what the curve has done so far. It's bolstered a lot of the asset values, in my opinion, really well, compared to where those asset values could have been if it was more based off speculation alone. And like my wearable collection, I haven't sold anything off, and I haven't had the need to, because the markets, although a lot of the wearables are down, they're not down so bad that I'm like, I gotta get rid of these things. I enjoy holding a lot of the assets because there will be, over a long period, natural appreciation in a lot of those things. But if we turn the curve off and we have a lot of volatility in the underlying token, that's my concern, because now it does actually affect the underlying asset values based on the volatility and the price of the token. But if there's significant demand for the items and the assets, and there's a natural price appreciation, then that's no longer a concern. And then the conversation around turning off the curve and freeing up the DAI, now that kind of, to me, makes sense at a point where we can start having a conversation. But early conversations are not a bad thing either. So it's good to see that there's conversation happening. I just don't see the reason to do any of that till we start to see significant demand for the assets in the game, and there's a natural price appreciation across the board for all the assets. Then it's like, okay, well, at least the asset holders can be a little bit more comfy with what their assets are doing for them, and then let's look at the curve. But that's just my 2 cents. I'm not like super I'm not super educated on the specifics of the curve, but I think it's comfy.
Complementing what you just said, I also think that timing it might really affect if we make that decision or not, because now during the winter, the curve looks great. But when we are in the bull, it's not going to look so great. So personally, I'm also concerned with the community being influenced based on the market cycle, right? That's going to be a big thing. So yeah, something to keep in mind during those conversations, because if we probably put this for voting right now, I feel like it's going to be rejected. But if we were to put that a year ago, it could have passed, right? So another thing to keep in mind.
Yeah, I think this whole proposal is it's waiting for the bull market, and it would be timed obviously it's hard to time the market. We don't know when the next bull market would be, but probably would be basing it on something like Bitcoin halving or something, and it would kind of be timed against that. or there could be some metrics, but yeah, it's still very early discussion. I forget how we got
Also,
the correct
also
topic.
word of caution with our two projects. You know, we have Aavegotchi here, and then on the other side, there's DeFi Kingdoms that got absolutely slaughtered during this bear market. Their token is, I mean, Mike Callum, you might know more details, but it's like looking like it's like a death spiral thing. You know, I don't know.
Oh, it's beyond. They
Yeah.
got compounded too with the Harmony concern. You know, they got a double whammy over there. But yeah, bull up and bear down. There's no protection. Mind you, and
The
actually
Harmony
maybe it's a
bridge.
quick. Yeah, the Harmony Bridge failure really hurt a lot of what they had going for them in general. But in another quick sidebar on DFK, they also had a major issue with emissions. Their liquidity mining rewards were shockingly aggressive, and so us already looking at killing friends, we're making the right moves. Largely before they got so far down their pipe.
They have to Avalanche, right, McKaylin? Do you know if the move to that was based on the bridge hack, solely on that?
It wasn't done. They deployed a subnet on Avalanche. A DFK chain lives as a subnet on Avalanche, and they did that as just an ecosystem expansion prior to the Harmony collapse. So it was a little bit well timed in that regard. But they're already discussing deploying the whole ecosystem again on Clayton chain, and so they're just. It feels like they're flailing.
That stuff. What are your views on multi-chain strategies? Because then a year ago, that seems like it was super hot. Even Aave was aggressively expanding on that direction. And now with so many bridge hacks, it might seem not like a great strategy. What was your take on it?
I fully endorse a multi-chain strategy. We have Ethereum, Polygon, and Gotchi chain.
That sounds like home.
I'm not a big proponent of deploying everywhere, obviously, especially for an NFT game. It seems like a difficult strategy to execute on. I think we'll be very comfy with Polygon, and as long as there's no major issues with Polygon. Obviously, it is getting more and more crowded every day. That's the major issue, but we will be eventually looking into some SuperNet and roll up solutions to help with that.
Yeah, the reason why I ask is because I saw some games taking that strategy, right? I've seen, for example, that might not be the greatest example, but if you guys are familiar with Crypto Blades, it's a project that moonshot and then it came crashing down real quick. And they executed a multi-chain strategy. They came first at BSC, and after that, Jesus, I think they expanded for like 10 different chains. It was kind of crazy. But I've seen some games taking that direction just to expand their user base. I don't know if it's the right strategy, but yeah, I've been noticing that trend.
We do have an upcoming integration in V2 that is going to allow people to purchase Ghost using or other assets using funds on other chains. So that's kind of cool.
Oh, that's pretty cool. And the funds are going to stay on those other chains, or they're going to be in Polygon, the purchased Ghost?
So you will receive the Ghost. I don't know if you can do it for NFTs or not, but you can definitely receive Ghost on Polygon. You could spend funds on Optimism or Avalanche, but you might have some Ethereum on, or like some whatever DAI token or USDC on Avalanche, and you could buy Ghost on Polygon with it.
That's pretty cool.
Sounds
Yeah,
like
V2
a bridge,
has some cool,
like a bridge DEX.
Yeah. It's basically, that's pretty much what it is. V2 is going to have some cool things like that, and we're already getting close to V2, but it's not going to be a full version yet because it's pretty ambitious. But we're going to be releasing it. Should have a preview for you guys pretty soon.
In terms of multi-chain risk regarding that specific feature, do you think that presents any risk to the Aavegotchi protocol? Because let's say there is this specific application is hacked. I don't know who exactly is making the which protocol will be responsible for maintaining the assets on these other chains? Is it going to be the Aavegotchi protocol? Yeah,
No,
just
no.
curious if you think that will represent any risk.
You mean like with the protocol I just mentioned?
Yeah.
No, that's it has nothing to do with us. It's all on their side. It's kind of like it's just a bridge. It's a
Got it. Integration, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I do before
No downside
Brills.
then.
Brills is going to make an announcement here, but before he does
Nice.
that, I do want to say that if you guys go back to the spawn screen on verse.aavegotchi.com, you should see the event now in the District 1 tab. Oh, let me refresh. I think you should see it. Does anyone see it? Oh, I don't see it yet. Should be there though.
I saw
but
it,
we will
but
be...
then it went away.
Yeah, okay. I got word from the devs that it was there, but I don't see it yet. Let me ask. But it'll be there very soon. All right, take it away, Brills.
Oh, hello. Sorry to interrupt those conversations there. We're just we're pretty hyped because it's our guild's 1 year today. So I just
Is he up here? Oh yeah, I see him up here.
Oh, can you guys hear me right now?
I can hear you, but Hefe
okay, cool.
Maybe can't.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, it's an exciting day for our guild today.
I'll
1 year ago, my
I'll
brother.
mess around with some stuff.
Or wait, I think Hefe can't hear me. But no, it's an exciting time for our guild today. 1 year ago, my brother, Lord Hills, he started the Order of Portal Mages. And at the time, it kind of became the first wearable guild in the game. And we built like a pretty strong community over the last year. And we've been having a lot of good times. We do have some stuff to share. So that's just kind of why I wanted to hop on stage here quick. Some kind of cool stuff. I think my brother, he's just me posting some links in the chat here while I'm talking. But we'll start off with just the birthday post that one of our players, Bong River, made. He made a really nice poster that kind of incorporates all the different parts of our guild that he's experienced. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, it's cool. Like, I just gotta get on the Discord here actually, so I can see the chat. But anyways, yeah, it's a really cool piece that he made to celebrate the 1 year. And we actually have another player in our guild that produced a collection that we are actually excited to kind of show on stream. I'm actually on stream right now. We're on Twitch. We have about almost 30 viewers. We do a spillover stream every Saturday where we go collect elk with the guild. But yeah, just this week I kind of wanted to save the last half hour, or not the whole time, but just a half hour of our spillover Saturday just for presenting this to you guys. So anyways, I think, or actually, sorry, before we get into that, I just want to thank Aavegotchi for featuring us on the blog there yesterday. Shout out Gravy and everyone for making that look really nice. We're super happy about that, and definitely excited for the next year of building this guild. It was a pretty cool time to release it just before our 1 year, so we had a lot to talk about. But yeah, we actually are going to share. I think Hills is going to share the main thing now that I came up to talk about, which is we're basically giving back to our the holders of the Portal Mage set. If you have joined the guild in the last year, you're going to be received. Or sorry, if you've joined the last guild, our guild in the last year, and you've posted a proof of mage in our Discord.
One second. Your mic gone off?
Oh, really?
No, you can still hear you.
No, my audio is. No, it's all good. Anyways, we had a player that started working on a collection. It was almost like, I almost just want to show you guys, honestly, not tell you guys, but maybe we should share the Twitch stream quick, and they can just view it on here or whatever.
This is just a banner.
Cool. Anyways, we have a player that worked really hard, and we ended up coming up with something pretty cool. So basically, if you're a lord in our order in the guild, which means you hold all three pieces of Portal Mage set, you're going to be getting airdropped a custom commission of your Portal Mage today. You can claim it whenever. We have all the addresses. We haven't airdropped them yet because we just want to make sure they're going to the right place. So we'll probably DM you. But Hills might share the thing in the chat right now.
Banner.
Hey, that is really dope, man. So dope.
So there's the collection. So we have 36 lords in the order right now, and everyone's gonna be getting a custom PFP basically. If you guys want to join this, Hills, do you want to share the stream quick?
Yeah.
We can kind of go through it quick. Before I get off, I want to take. I mean, obviously it's near the end of the thing here, but we actually want to do a giveaway too. So if you guys want to join the stream, Hills can share the link. We're gonna give away a Portal Mage, or just a wizard hat, a portal tile, and a purple grass. But it's just gonna be a quick marbles game that takes about 2 minutes. So if you want to join the stream, we'll run that to celebrate the 1 year. But you can also check out on the stream the collection because I'm just kind of going through it right now. This is made by Keeking. I need to mention that, but this is a shout out. Talented artist in our guild, Keeking. He actually won our art contest a couple months ago with Bin Lagan. Him and Bin Lagan came in first, and he loves the Portal Mage lore, and he was just up to something. So he shared us a couple images, and then we told him the 1 year's coming up, and maybe we could do something special with it. So he ended up turning into a full collection that we're just going to be airdropping to members of our guild. So yeah, he'll just post the link if you guys want to join the stream. We've been chilling for almost 2 hours now, but yeah, we're gonna do a giveaway. We have our scholars, our players are in there right now, so you guys are lessening their odds for decent giveaway. But yeah, it'd be fun to hang out with you guys just for just a minute here on the stream, and we'll do a little marbles race celebration.
How do you get in there?
Yeah, you guys can all join. When the marbles race comes up, you just do !play to join, and then here, if you're in the stream right now, I see 40 people, so I'm just gonna quickly look at the collection here quick because it's honestly it's quite amazing what he came up with. So here's Lord Hills. This is the first one in the collection. I really like the style. He's got the Lord Hills broken helm in there, and basically everyone's wearables are what they're currently wearing on their mage. So we basically went to your wallet. We just checked, are you still holding the set? And if you are, what wearables do you have? And then we just made this come to life. Yeah, one cool thing is when we were going through, there was about just under 40 portal mages that posted a proof of mage over the last year. 39. And we think 36 or so are still holding. So it's like there's only actually been 3 people that posted in the Discord that have sold their set. So it's really cool because it just shows that people are holding the portal mage set with honor. And I like mine. I really like mine.
So Keeking put his own flavor on this. He obviously these gotchis have feet, and that's not an energy gun. That's an energy sword. So Keeking, he just has his own style, and this is kind of his inspiration. So it's kind of
for sure. No, we absolutely love the way it turned out. And yeah, Keeking is just we have a lot of talented artists in our guild. We got to see that in our contest. Keeking, if anyone's interested in getting some kind of commission like this, I'm sure Keeking would be happy to help you out. We can share his link probably just to his Twitter or something for that, for the great work he's done.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let's go through the collection a little bit. So we have all our lords. There's 36 of them. We got Ayahuasca here, Dunk, Ravenwood, Doxy, Slackster, Zybot, looking good. Dorts. We got Coder Dan, the holder of the Black Axe.
That's the sickest one.
This one looks really good.
I wish I had a pet.
Right? You should have given a warning. But so if we could Black Axe, we get to see how many holders are the Black Axe. We just have Phantasma and Dan. Now we have other people that have the Black Axe, like Bearded, but I don't think he owns the actual armor. So this is just for our lords if you own 3 of 3 sets. And I've posted in the Discord. But then we go to Plate Shield. I think Dan's the only one with the Plate Shield, so that's a really clean look for a mage, I think.
Ready to defend.
Yeah, cool. I think I'll just scroll through the rest of it really quick. They all just look so cool, and just you can see the personality on all the different pieces. It's almost like a generative.
Are there any 2 of the same?
There isn't, honestly. Everyone just looks a little different. Penske's got his bottle, of course.
There's definitely some similar ones, but we got right hand. You can go for the traits too on the side, which is really
cool. The traits are on the side. So it's only it says one person's holding a Bitcoin guitar. This is just the right hand. So on the left hand, there might be someone holding the Bitcoin guitar too. But as far as the eyes go, it's kind of cool. You go to the cyborg, it shows everyone with the cyborg eye and stuff. So just a pretty cool collection. We're super excited to distribute that and just make maybe I'm definitely making this my PFP. I've been waiting to make that for a while. So maybe we see some poor mage PFPs in the next week or so.
It was the hardest thing when we first saw the first, because there was 9 original lords that were drawn. And as soon as we saw it, we just wanted to release it, but we knew our 1 year was coming up at the end of the month. So okay, if we just wait, we can make this really cool. And
for sure. No, we're super happy with how it came out. Let's see. Dorts, let's go, Dorts. Dorts is gonna put that on canvas. And yeah, we picture it's a good time to release this kind of stuff with the displays coming out soon. Because I know for sure I'll be displaying, maybe my mage on my parcel in Magetown. So it'd be cool if in Magetown you can go around and just see some portraits of the owners of the land and stuff. We're really excited for all that art-related stuff coming out soon. We also we were going to drop a collection today that we've been working with someone, a community artist for a while, but we decided to just we're probably going to do that next week, so you guys can keep an eye out for that. So yeah, there is going to be a collection that kind of celebrates 1 year of Topum that everyone can have a piece of. That'll be out and play next week. But this one was just kind of made for, just giving back to the lords, giving back to the people that made the guild so.
I love Phantasmas. That's super lit. The eyes are awesome.
When are they going to be dropped?
I mean, did he cut out?
I was just going to ask, when do they get dropped?
I hear him still on his Twitch stream too. Just a quick thing too. We got 10 minutes left on spillover, right, Dan?
Is my audio cut out on Discord here? Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
I believe
just for a moment. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe my audio cut out there. Yeah, they're going to be airdropped likely today. I mean, we're going to start DMing people just to make sure they're going to the right place. We have all the addresses. We just don't want to send them to the wrong place. So, yeah, they're ready to go. So everyone that's, a lord in the order will be receiving an awesome little piece of this collection. So we're hyped about that. But yeah, to celebrate the 1 year, we'll just do a quick marble race here for anyone that's joined the stream. We'll do, I know there is a portal one in here somewhere. Pixel's death. Where's the portal purgatory? Should we do that one? If you like, whatever. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so if you're in the stream right now, thanks for anyone that joined. You have to just type in !play in the chat, and we'll fire it up in like a minute or so. Yeah, the rewards are going to be wizard hat for first, portal tile, golden portal tile for second, and then some purple grass for third. So a little bit of giveaway for the 1 year. We'll see who wins it.
Okay, you get in this.
This is something fun we like to do on our streams. Sometimes we usually end with a marble race just for people that were hanging out. So yeah, thanks very much for letting me come up here and just kind of show that stuff off and letting the gang join the stream for a sec. And thanks for all the new follows and stuff, guys. Everyone join the stream. It's dope.
Glad to see a lot of lords liking their
yeah, like that's what I'm most happy with, just seeing the reaction from people that like have their get to see their piece. So happy Dort's Phantasma. I see Phantasma's happy with his too. Tommy, let's go, Tommy. Just looking through the chat here.
How does this marble thing work?
Okay, so I think we have 50 people in there ready to go. I'm just gonna start it up in 30 seconds maybe, and then basically it's just like a race to the end. So you don't have any controls. You just let the marbles do their thing, and yeah, we'll fire it up now, I guess. 51, let's go. This is the most we've had in a marble race. I think I knew a high score for the stream too, obviously. So thanks for that. We hit 55 viewers in our Valorant tournament, which is pretty exciting. But yeah, it's been really awesome just building a community and hanging out with everyone on stream and stuff. So okay, we've got some Plinko action here. I'm just gonna get a better view. Shit. So let's see where the cards will be.
We got Aavegotchi, Daddy Dolpix up in the lead here.
Daddy Dolpix looking good.
So this is really anyone's game, You might think you have it won, and then at the very end, it all gets taken away. So
wow, AJ's out in front, Cam's in front.
So it's awesome. So we got a bunch of our players in here too, which is great.
So I think Zella's in front now. Just going through. It's honestly kind of hard to keep up with everyone, but people are gonna start going through portals here right away. Oh my god, this is just crazy. So this one's the weird one where they just go through portals and someone's just gonna end up in front. Oh, let's see what happens to this guy. Oh no, you go back in time. Am I gonna win my own thing?
Wilson first. Wait a minute, that's not supposed to happen. Okay, Flaky's got the
it looks like Flaky got in there, but is Flaky really in there? This is honestly a bad level because it's such a mess.
But it's a perfect portal mage though.
But yeah, everyone's going through the portals and you get redistributed, I guess. Usually I can like click on the first player and just spectate what's going on, but so Flaky's done and everyone else is just waiting. What's going on here? Okay. Who's gonna make it? Oh, I feel like we've done this one before.
Oh, there we go.
Nice. Okay, so Admiral got the official first. So the thing,
I think Flaky's
something weird is happening here. Honestly, sorry. This honestly is a terrible level. We got attracted by the name, but okay, I'm just gonna start.
Admiral pick though. I mean, you are in first here, so if you're watching the stream,
what happens here? So, like, I'm just watching one guy. He's just going through a million portals.
Whoa.
And do we not even get three people?
Oh,
yo.
Hey friends, I think we're gonna transition here over to Artist Summit, some pre-event chat. I know Hefe will probably want to.
Okay, come on. Sorry. Oh, sorry. I'm still on. Sorry, Dan. I know. Still on.
No worries. Thanks so much. This is super lit. Really cool.
Yeah, we'll just keep on with the stream there for anyone that's joining. We're just gonna run back probably that match, the level there, because that was just bad. Everyone didn't make it. So I mean, Admiral and Meyer, maybe we can give you guys your prize. But sorry, that's weird. Everyone didn't finish. That's like the weirdest Marvel level ever. Very sorry about that. But Zybot, just send us your address. We can send that to you, bro. And thanks everyone for letting us show that collection off and join the giveaway there quick. And yeah, we don't want to take any more of your time. Thanks for letting us hop on there. Cool. So. Thanks, guys.
Can't wait to see these in the NFT displays. Super
Yeah.
excited.
All right, let's go.
Happy birthday, mages, man.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Oh, geez.
Good seeing you in the verse there, Hefe. We pulled up on you. That was hype. And
that was dope, yeah.
Golden Cross, too. That was good seeing you guys. Whose Web3 school parcel is that? Is that Golden Cross's?
That's John Gotchi.
John Gotchi.
Okay, that's a nice parcel there. Yeah. We saw that. That was hype. So, yeah, thanks, everyone, for letting us come up here, but have a good rest of your evening there or day, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.
Right.
Peace, friends.
Peace.
Let's go look at this art.
Yeah, so let's kick off. We're gonna kick off the artist summit here shortly. So if you guys want to join us on the GMI parcel, you can actually join right through the main landing page there, where we usually.
Yeah, it's there was a small issue with that. It's building right now, so once that's done, you'll just need to refresh your page and it will be on there.
Okay,
so
cool.
Should we channel the because we have the 3 GMI parcel alters plus the one that I have behind. Should we channel now because we only have 5 minutes left in the spillover?
Get it done. Hefe got trigger happy during the marble race. And
I did it too.
Wait like 6 seconds.
I got premature. I was premature.
I'm gonna wait like 2 minutes. I'm using this client's this Gotchi is probably like a 1000 kinship Gotchi, and it's hitting a level 1. So we're gonna see some Alchemica hit the deck. I'll give it another minute.
I saw some intense spillover today. Spillover is picking up because some people have their reservoirs pretty high.
Oh man, gas just went to 1,000 according to our gas tracker.
Oh my god.
Right.
Let's get our Matic budget for those draining these reservoirs.
Yeah, I emptied a couple reservoirs and it was intense. I was like, holy crap, like channel and the oh man, this is a lot of Alchemica.
I am here as the ass man.
All right, so you fellas, let me know. I already pulled the plug on mine prematurely, but we still have 2 left, right? We got the altar.
I followed your lead. I think Z did too.
But I think Z-Fi's got one to pop, maybe next door.
Z-Fi's got one, and No Future's got one.
So yeah, pop those.
I'm Momo number 10, standing next to my parcel.
We like that No Futures in the backyard. Here's the backyard parcel, so that's cool.
I got my guy right on the M.
Yeah, for you friends making your way over, we are District 12, parcel number 18888. I think there's like 5 8s. Yeah, District 12. Right, what is that? Southeast.
Yeah, there'll be if you just wait like probably 2 minutes, should be live on the UI in just a moment as well.
And so for any friends who don't know what we're talking about here, we're kicking off the inaugural GMI Artist Summit. I can post the agenda for the day here. We have multiple hours of content lined up here. We have speakers who are going to be speaking on, specifically fake gotchis, but NFTs and our grassroots NFT culture that's been kind of forming in Aavegotchi for the last, since inception. And we also have some other well-known Aavegotchi community artists, which we'll be showcasing through conversation and also through their own work and a performance.
Coder, pop the top on the altar real quick, just because we have like 1 minute left.
Okay, yeah, for sure. All systems go for that. Yeah, exactly. So this event, we're trying to budget between 3 and 4 hours. I know that's long for some people, so we do have ZombieShepherd who's going to be recording the whole event. So anything you miss, you could definitely catch it later. But encourage you to be there live because there might be some stuff to look out for there.
And let's
We
elaborate
have-
on live real quick, though. Live means being in the Discord, being in the Gotchiverse, and following along on YouTube for all of the videos and music and everything that we're going to be having. So, got to be 3 places. It's a metaverse.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. GMI server. We can drop you an invite link right now for you guys to get in there. So join us. And then Zombie Shepherd, do you also want to drop your link to your page there so people can follow along?
Yeah, I'll drop that. But I'll have, so right now I'm on the community call stream, but I'm going to like start up a new stream for that.
Okay. Yeah, no worries.
Oh,
And
I
so
just
the
dropped
link
it
is
in the wrong
live,
place.
friends. The link is live to come to our parcel, come hang out. We got Alchemica falling from the sky from our channeling. So you come pick that up. It'll probably be almost gone by the time you make it here, but that's okay. There might
It
be
was
more.
like a eating frenzy.
Sorry.
People were going nuts, like in our parcel.
Yeah. Just zooming around.